Welcome to the KZGN News. Today we'll bring you up to date on Kern County Land Use Management Plan, news from Sacramento, Kern County Sheriff's News, and more.
From the Rademacher Hills to Bee Mountain and the mighty Sierras, Ridgecrest to Inyo Kern and China Lake, this is your news for the Indian Wells Valley with the KZGN News crew.
I'm Tom Wittnick, and here's what's news in the Indian Wells Valley. The most current information concerning the Kern County Land Use Management Plan has once again come out in a direct mailing from the county. I got my letter notification yesterday. The first hearing will start being heard by the Board of Supervisors April 28, 2015 in Bakersfield. But everyone here won't have to journey to Bakersfield for the hearing because the letter also states that the staff is recommending that they continue the item to a special board meeting here in Ridgecrest. The recommended hearing will be here set for Wednesday afternoon, May 13th, 1 p.m. at the Ridgecrest City Council chambers. Once again, a summary of the plan is as follows. The plan includes a series of proposed general plan amendments, changes in zone classifications with the unincorporated areas of the Indian Wells Valley, and an amendment to the Naval Air Weapons Station, China Lake, of their land use compatibility plan. Additionally, the plan includes textual changes to the Kern County zoning ordinance to address landscape conditions and soil stabilization requirements in all areas of eastern Kern County. Specific changes to land use designations are as follows. First, lands owned by the state or federal government. Second, lands currently zoned A or A1. And third, lands owned by individuals that have directly contacted staff requesting a change. A couple weeks ago, the County Planning Commission took up the plan and approved it. Their recommendation will now be considered at the supervisors' meeting. At the last Ridgecrest City Council meeting, they had an agenda item to send a letter of support of the plan officially. After much debate and more public input, the letter of support was not approved on a 2-3 vote, with only 2 approving votes. The council did not take a vote on whether to oppose the plan. So officially, the city did not take a stand on the plan. However, most of the council agrees something needs to be done to address the water issue in the Indian Wells Valley, but that the county plan did not do enough to solve the problem. The council felt there has to be more alternatives and a more inclusive approach. For more information from the county, contact Ross Furman at 661-862-5017. The county is also accepting mail-in comments, but they need to be sent in to the county ASAP to be considered. So again, the hearing here in Ridgecrest will be May 13th, 2015, Wednesday afternoon. That's afternoon at 1 p.m. in the Ridgecrest City Council chambers. Now check out this story from the Kern County Sheriff's Department. This is a good one. On April 20th, 2015 at about 7:45 p.m., Kern County Sheriff's deputies responded to North Kern State Prison in Delano for a report of a shooting. When deputies arrived, they determined that an unknown suspect had fired multiple rounds from outside the prison facility into the prison yard at the facility. A correctional officer working in one of the yards was struck by the gunfire. He was transported to a local hospital, treated for a minor wound, and released. That's good. Detectives with the sheriff's office, as well as SWAT personnel, officers from the Delano Police Department, and the California Highway Patrol responded to the area to assist with the investigation. A large perimeter was set up and an area search for the suspect or suspects responsible for the shooting was conducted. After searching the area, no suspects were located. The investigation is ongoing. No suspects have been identified and a motive has not been determined. If anyone has information on this case, they are asked to call the Sheriff's Office at 661-861-3110 or the secret witness line at 661-322-4040. From Sacramento, Tuesday, Assemblywoman Shannon Grove's proposal to protect the rights of the college students to form clubs around shared beliefs was rejected by the Assembly Higher Education Committee. The California Student Freedom of Association Act would have restored students' freedom of association rights that were severely curtailed over the summer when the California State University administrators started enforcing a policy prohibiting clubs from having belief requirements for its leaders. Practically, this means Christian clubs couldn't require their leaders to be Christian. Democrat political groups must admit registered Republicans as voting members, and Jewish groups would have no way to stop a crowd of Holocaust deniers from taking over. Grove had the following statement: California's public university system has historically cherished freedom of association by offering official recognition to any group of students who want to create a club around shared beliefs. But not anymore, said Grove. Religious clubs like Chi Alpha at CSU Stanislaus decided it couldn't, in principle, change their bylaws to let non-Christians into leadership. As a result, the club lost its recognition after being on campus for 40 years. That's a travesty. California State University official changed its clubs policy in December of 2001 when Chancellor Charles Reed announced a new open membership policy detailed in an executive order. It essentially says, in order to be an officially recognized student organization, membership and leadership positions must be open for all students, even if those students disagree with the purpose or beliefs of the club. Although most belief-based student clubs changed their bylaws to accommodate the new policy, several evangelical Christian groups did not. Because of this, CSU officially derecognized some organizations at 19 CSU campuses. One witness testified in favor of Grove's bill. He was Joseph Cohn, Legislative and Policy Director of the Foundation for Individual Right in Education. As an attorney, he defends freedom of speech and association rights for college students all over the country. He testified that all comers policies are being used around the United States to interfere with the ability of student organizations to articulate and voice the message of their choice. Also testifying before the committee was Nate Honeycutt, co-founder of CSU Student Organization for Free Association. He said, "We believe Grove's legislation would protect the plurality of student organizations on California public university campuses," said Honeycutt. "It will also protect student groups from having to choose between compromising their beliefs and values to maintain campus recognition or standing firm on their principles and thereby being derecognized and kicked off campus." Stay tuned for more news out of China Lake when we come back.
Here's a quick look at how the athletes of the school are doing from the website burrowsathletics.org. Come out and support your 2014 varsity volleyball and football teams as they go head-to-head in a volleyball game showdown on April 24th. Doors open at 5:30 and admission is $5. All proceeds go to the Evan E. Tosh Foundation. Photography Club went to Death Valley last month, and Mr. Henderson, a Burroughs vice principal that was there, told us all about this great trip.
Awesome. Hey, this is Mr. Henderson from Burroughs High School. Just wanted to kind of give you an update. We had a chance to go with the Photography Club of Burroughs High School to Death Valley last weekend, and we started off with breakfast in a lancha, and then we made the drive to the Devil's Cornfield, which is pretty amazing. All the erosion that causes the roots of these plants to be exposed. It kind of looks like a cornfield out there. So once we left there, we continued our drive and we made our way to the Borax Works mine. It was kind of a display, had the 20 mule team cart that was drawn there. Next we went to the Devil's Golf Course, which was pretty neat. It was an opportunity to see the salt that was just dried in gigantic chunks. We went to this place called the Artist Drive, I guess that was what it was called. And we had a chance to see some amazing vistas. the desert with all the different stratification in the soils out there from some cataclysmic event of the past. It's pretty amazing to see. Although there's not a lot of water out there, there's an amazing amount of beauty that one can enjoy out in Death Valley. Also, we had a chance to visit Zabriskie Point and Badwater, which is salt formations, which was pretty cool. And we had a chance to go out and walk on the salt flats and just look at what can be done to minerals at extreme temperatures. Finally, on our way back, we went to Furnace Creek. We stopped there for dinner at a nice little cafe called the 49er Cafe. We also finished our trip before the sun went down at Mosquito Dunes, or Mesquite Dunes, I think it's called. And that was pretty amazing, watching the sun and just the patterns of the winds, how they shifted all the soil out there to form these perfect formations, it looks like. And so it was an otherworldly experience. It was a lot of fun. I think the kids got a chance to bond and take amazing pictures, which I look forward to seeing at some point.
There's also photography club meetings on Wednesdays at lunch in room F2 to discuss the upcoming visit to KTLA Studios. Seniors, if you did not pick up your Jostens graduation order, please stop by the activities office before school, at lunch, or after school to pick it up. The Ledbetter Scholarship is now available. Seniors interested in applying or learning about other scholarship opportunities, please stop by the Counseling Center for more details. Prom tickets are on sale. Tickets may be purchased in the Sherman Shack before school, during lunch, and after school. Prices are $25 with an ASB card and $30 without. You must be a junior or senior to purchase a ticket or going with one. You must also have your student ID and less than 5 demerits. Library fines must be cleared before you can purchase a ticket. Did you know that the state of Florida is larger than England? Remember, burros don't burrow. Have an extraordinary rest of the week, and I hope you had a great Earth Day. For the Burroughs High School TV broadcast of Ridgecrest, California, this is Lindsay Hill.
This past week, Dennis McGinn, Assistant Secretary of the Navy for Energy, Installations, and Environment, spoke to the China Lake Alliance. McGinn is also a former China Laker, serving here in the Navy in VX-9 during the 1970s. He commented on the value of China Lake to the Navy. He feels China Lake is well poised to survive any new BRAC that may be ordered. McGinn commented that China Lake is well set up to come out favorably in any such BRAC. However, he did also mention that the looming water issue needs to be addressed and thoroughly decided. As a side note concerning the water issue, the state has ordered establishing groundwater sustainability agencies by 2017. So these agencies will be established soon and be doing more studies and making decisions concerning the water situation here in the Indian Wells Valley. It should be noted that no BRAC has been ordered by Washington. While the Army and Air Force have requested a new round of BRACs, the Navy and Marine Corps feel that they have done all the consolidation they need to do in past BRACs. It appears there is no strong desire from Congress to move ahead at this time with any BRACs. However, after the next presidential election, who knows what might happen. McGinnis's telling words were, if China Lake keeps doing the things they're doing, continuing to focus on mission, effectiveness, efficiency, and providing a good financial justification, China Lake should do well. China Lake has done just that. They've shown over and over that money spent here is well spent. In two news items from the Ridgecrest Animal Shelter, tomorrow, Saturday, February 25th, they are holding a community event for the shelter. It will run from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Freedom Park behind City Hall. Everyone is invited to bring your dog for a contest. There will be competitions in best groomed, best dressed, and most talented. There will also be face painting, water tattoos, and other family fun activities with your dogs. Join them tomorrow at Freedom Park. Also, they wanted us to remind everyone that April is $10 adoption rate month. Any dog or cat that is black or has black in their fur is adoptable for only $10. This is a wonderful way to adopt at a very discounted rate. There are so many great dogs and cats out at the shelter just waiting for someone to come and claim them. I was out there Wednesday with Jolene when we filmed Critter Connection. There are wonderful dogs and cats that would make any home a warm home. Go on out and get one now. Let them know you saw this on KZGN-TV. Now in KZGN's continuous effort to provide news and information you've asked for, here are today's local gas prices for your information. The prices are again changing quickly. As of this morning, Ridgecrest is ranging from $2.99 to $3.29, plus there's still one sitting at $3.69. Lancaster is ranging from $3.09 to $3.49. The LA Valley area is ranging from $3.09 to $3.31, and the Bishop area is running from $3.23 to $3.39. We have 3 stations coming in at the $2.99 figure. It now appears some surrounding area prices are starting to creep up again, and thankfully Ridgecrest prices are holding steady. The cheapest price in the Lancaster area is more than Ridgecrest again. All other areas we monitor are now more than Ridgecrest. Way to go, Ridgecrest gas stations. We will be providing these prices 3 times a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And of course, we at KZGN always suggest you fill up here to support your local economy. Remember, when you're paying sales tax out of town, you are helping those cities pave their streets instead of here. Stay tuned for sports and weather after the break. Thanks for staying with us. Now let's go to Keith for the weather.
Thanks, Tom. We have wind in the forecast for today and tomorrow, but first, a quick look at our regional map for the nation. Most of the much-needed rain has pushed off to the east. In the Oklahoma, Texas area, they are still dealing with thunderstorms and tornado warnings as much of the system moves off. This also includes the Iowa Plains. The East Coast is getting a little time to dry out and warm up just before these systems move over during the weekend. On our west coast, mild temperatures from southern Washington through Oregon and along California coastline. There is currently a wind advisory in effect from now until Saturday at 11 p.m. The National Weather Service has issued a wind advisory for along highways 58, 178, 395, and 14. Winds will be from the west, 20 to 30 miles per hour with gusts as high as 55 miles per hour. Locally for us, tonight areas of blowing dust, partly cloudy with a low around 53. Windy with a west-southwest wind, 20 to 30 miles per hour. Wind gusts can get as high as 40. Saturday, areas of blowing dust, partly sunny with a high near 73. Windy with a west wind, 10 to 20 miles per hour, increasing 25 to 30 miles per hour in the afternoon. Wind gusts can get as high as 45. Saturday night, areas of blowing dust before 11 p.m., mostly clear with a low around 50. Windy with a west wind, 20 to 30 miles per hour. Winds can get as high as 50 miles per hour. Sunday will be sunny with a high near 79, west-northwest wind 5 miles per hour. Sunday night, mostly clear, low around 52, west wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. Monday, sunny with a high near 84, north-northeast wind 5 to 15 miles per hour with gusts as high as 20. And that is your local forecast for April 24th, 2015. Hope everyone has a great weekend and drive safe. Back to Tom with the rest of your KZGN News.
Thanks a lot, Keith. Now let's go to Tom Heck for sports.
And a very pleasant Friday afternoon to everybody. Start with a local note in sports. Yesterday, junior college baseball, Saracoso dropped a 9-5 decision to Victor Valley at Victor Valley. The two teams play today up at Saracoso. Now that'll be the end of the season for the Coyotes. Coyotes trying to pick up their second league win of the year. The first game will be a continuation of Tuesday's game when lightning came down and the game was automatically stopped and it was not resumed. So they'll pick up the first game in the 5th inning with the Coyotes trailing in that game 14-1. Then they'll go ahead and play game 2 a half an hour after that one. All right, some good news. Well, sort of good news. Burroughs baseball off to a good start. They did take a fall yesterday. They lost 14-3 to a very good Oak Hills team. Oak Hills, one of the top-ranked teams in all of the division. Now, they defeated Oak Hills 13-6 the other day over in Hesperia, but then lost yesterday. They're 3-1. They're tied for first place. That's a good thing. They've got Apple Valley coming up Tuesday. They are a very strong contender to get to the playoffs this year in their division. Girls softball played very well yesterday, but they lost 8-6 to Serrano. The JV team over at Burroughs also lost their game to Serrano. The two teams will play again next Tuesday. All right, let's take a look a little bit right now what's going on in the NBA. Well, if you missed it, if you went to bed with New Orleans ahead by 20 points going into the fourth quarter, and you woke up this morning and you saw how Golden State made an unbelievable comeback, helped, I think, on a lot of mental errors by New Orleans, then you'll know that right now New Orleans lead or is down 3-0 in the series. Boy, New Orleans played so well for 3 quarters. Brian Anderson just played out of his mind. The big 6'11" power forward hitting jumpers right and left. And Anthony Davis, who was hurt a good chunk of the season, as was Anderson, played extremely well last night. But Golden State's number one for a reason, the best record in the NBA. Stephen Curry and Michael Thompson just went off. Went off in the fourth quarter and in the overtime period as Golden State, with a miracle 3 with 3 seconds to go by Stephen Curry, they ended up winning the game last night in New Orleans. That is a huge blow to the Pelicans. And boy, the Pelicans played really well games 1 and 2 over at Golden State. I was really hoping that series would go 6 or 7 games, but now they're going to be lucky to get 1 win. The 2 teams will play on Saturday. Unbelievable comeback in that one. That's why you got to finish the game, folks. Got to finish the game. All right, also in the NBA last night, another good win for Memphis. Memphis now 2-0 over Portland. And every series except the one series, the Clippers and San Antonio, is going to be probably a sweep the way things are going. Now, last night in Boston, the Cavaliers defeated the Celtics. They won by 11 points last night, so that series is 3-0. And in Milwaukee, in overtime, it was a win for Chicago. In fact, it was double overtime. So that series is 3-0. But tonight, it'll be the Clippers and San Antonio from San Antonio, Game 3. This is going to be a good series, I hope. All right, let's talk about Major League Baseball. The Angels win 2-0 yesterday. Now, that's good, but the note on that is they only got 1 hit. Cole Calhoun, 2-run homer in the third. That's all they needed. Oakland got 8 hits, but it only matters on the run column. Only the 3rd time in franchise history, and that goes way back to 1962, that the Angels have won a game with 1 hit. They did it back in 74, and they did it in 86, and now they did it yesterday. That's amazing. All right, also, the Giants beat the Dodgers up in San Francisco. Other winners, the Pirates, the Marlins, the Yankees. Yankees playing well right now with A-Rod. The Mets win again. They've won 10 of 11. Milwaukee, the Cardinals, Rockies, and Toronto all get wins yesterday. All right, tonight it'll be the Dodgers in San Diego. Texas will visit Anaheim to play the Angels. In the NHL playoffs, the Capitals over the Islanders, Lightning beat the Red Wings, and the Predators over the Blackhawks. That's your sports for this Friday afternoon. I'm Tom Heck for KZGN.
So that's the news for today. All of us at KZGN-TV know you have a choice in what you watch for your news. We all thank you for choosing KZGN-TV, Ridgecrest's only locally owned community TV station. We close today with a video in Alaska of a mother moose protecting her young. This is classic. Thanks for watching.
Hackles are up and her ears laying back. Well, we would like to get through. It's supper time. if I want my window down when she's doing that. We just want to get by, lady.
He's not letting us by. Come on, miss. We don't want anything to do with you.